We are ready to go with another episode of Across Louisiana, Acadiana style, as always, brought to you by friends at Mellow Joy, the original Cajun coffee. Very pleased to welcome Ken Blanc. He is with Acadian Ambulance for his day job, but he's here for something else, the Ragin Cajun Athletic Celebration. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. Okay, I've read your brief, and of course some other folks have been on before, but let's just talk about in the world of college coaches, there's laws, you can only pay them so much, or there's other ways to raise money. Kind of how did this organization come about, and give us kind of the history.
Sure. You're certainly correct about the salaries that coaches get paid or don't get paid, I guess we should say. But essentially, we've got this Ragin Cajuns Athletic Celebration that was started 4 years ago. This will be our 4th year coming at the end of this month. And it was started by a bunch of fans like myself, just good UL Ragin Cajun fans that wanted to provide something to help with the coaches' income, salaries essentially, so that we can keep and retain quality, good coaches. We recognize that coaches do get very little pay from the state and from the school, so a lot of their income, many of them, most of it, comes from supplemental pay, fundraising, and things of that nature. And so we wanted to have an event that was dedicated solely for that, to help thank our coaches for what they do and keep the good coaches, to be able to recruit quality coaches from across the country that help us to have a successful program. And that's what this event is all about.
And there is no doubt, we here at Cox 4, we cover the state, we cover a lot of universities, and all of your sports at UL are winning conference championships and doing well. But the arrival of Coach Hudspeth has just, and going to those bowl games has just ignited this community. Talk about the feeling in town of where those programs are.
Certainly, it really has. He's certainly set a precedence, and it has trickled down to not only his football sport, but to all the other sports as well. And we've had great coaches for many years in several sports. Tony Robichaux, one great example of just a tremendous asset to our university that we have. And when winning happens and in a university, it really affects a town that they're in, especially this town it's not very big, but you just have a culture of people that just love to have a good time, and winning certainly helps to breed that, and we certainly have seen that effect, and in the response based on our event even off of the wins, the bowl wins, and the great jobs in baseball and other sports as well.
We need to get into those details. Let's talk about this year and everything about it.
Sure. The event will be August 29th from 6 to 11 p.m. at the Cajun Dome Convention Center. That's a Saturday evening. You can buy tickets at Ticketmaster.com. You can also call 337-354-6452 for more ticket or sponsorship information. It's a great event. There's free food, free drinks, and it's going to be quality food and beverages. Jamie Bergeron, the Kicking Cajuns, will play. There's a silent auction. We're also giving away a cruise for 2 people to go anywhere they would like to go, and as well as selling raffle tickets to have a awesome decked out golf cart that's sponsored by Mellow Joy. Ricky Smith's audio is doing the audio in it. Pixis is wrapping it. It's a really fine looking golf cart. We'll be giving that away at halftime of the homecoming football game.
All right, Ken. Well, thanks for all y'all do. It's definitely showing, and good luck with the event. Appreciate you coming on.
Thank you very much.
Mellow Joy makes the programming on Cox 4 possible. They have teamed with UL. They have a Champions Coffee. I think you can get it at Rouse's and other places with all the UL coaches for a limited time. We hope that you will do that. Right now, we're going to look at a feature on these folks, the fine folks at Mellow Joy. Take a look.
We think Mellow Joy coffee is pure joy. We love to drink it every day, all day long, and we think that most people in Acadiana do as well. So it's just a little play on our French heritage, the pure joie. is something we look forward to each and every day as we get up and get moving. You know, being founded right here in Lafayette, Louisiana back in the 30s speaks to a lot of tradition that we have here in this part of the world. And it's exciting to be here and be part of the food culture that we have here. I've gotten to participate in the last couple of years in food discussions put on by the Chamber of Commerce and a lot of different things, talking about how popular Louisiana foods are, and especially Cajun food. So we like to think that we add a little bit of spice to those discussions as well. Coffee is the most consumed beverage on the planet other than water. We've got a large market out there that we can penetrate, and people do drink it now just about all day long. They start in the morning with it, and they drink it through midday through lunch, and then maybe some decaf at dinner time. And that's the fun part about it, is we like to experiment with a lot of different types of roasts, and we're into new packaging nowadays with single-serve cups, so that you can just make that one cup of coffee at night if you'd like, or you can still buy the traditional bag and make it throughout the day, a pot at a time. We buy on certain graded beans only. First off, all of our coffees are made from 100% Arabica beans. That's what we choose to make our coffees with. We like to use Brazilians. It's a stronger bean than a Colombian, we think, and it makes our coffee unique. We want to be different. We don't want to taste just like somebody else. And we only buy the very high grades, the extra hard beans, so that we get a very full-bodied flavor out of our coffees. We buy the top 1% in the world, so we're not a inexpensive coffee. We would be classified as a gourmet coffee on the shelf. If you go to the grocery stores and look, we are in the gourmet section a lot of times. And we take a lot of care in picking those beans out. We test every bag that comes in. We sample every bag that comes in. We roast them in small batches, and we cup them right here in the facility every time before a new run goes out to the supermarkets or to offices. All of our packaging, whether it's the small frac packs that go into the restaurants and offices or the 12-ounce bags that go on the shelf, all have a one-way valve in them to allow gases to escape but doesn't allow air in. So the packaging stays fresh on the shelf for up to a year without any noticeable change at all in the coffee. We've been asked by a few people to develop a line of coffees for them. The first people that approached us were the Duck Commander folks, the Robertson family of the Duck Dynasty TV show fame and the Duck Commander Duck Call products. They wanted to venture into the food world because their mantra is faith, family, and food. And so they contacted us to do coffee for them. So we came up with a few different roasts for them. Some really neat packaging. Obviously got some camo on there. You got to have camo if you're going to do something with those guys. We did a line of single-serve cups in hot chocolate for Uncle Si. He's kind of the crazy uncle in the TV show, and kids love him. He's probably the #1 celebrity in the family for the kids. And so we did a hot chocolate in the single-serve cups for him, so it's really neat. And we've got a couple of coffees out in 12-ounce bags, and we also did them in single-serve cups that you can find in the grocery stores throughout Louisiana, Texas, Arkansas, all the way up into Oklahoma, Missouri, over into Mississippi and Alabama as well. So anybody out there that drinks, if their company drinks a lot of coffee, or if they have an idea to sell a lot of coffee somewhere, I mean, we would love to do a private label for them. That's what we're basically doing for the university. We're working with a few other universities as well to develop private labels for them. It's a great source of income for the universities, but there's a couple of corporations that have also contacted us recently about doing private labels for them, where we put their company logo on the coffee that's served every day in their locations. If you want any information on any of our products, you can go to www.melojoy.com, or you can give us a call at 337-264-7195. Whoever answers the phone, we'll be glad to take care of you, answer any questions you may have.
Special thanks to Melojoy for all they do for the family here at Cox 4. We're going to step away. When we come back, it is the Games of Acadiana with Lacey Shelton. Stay with us on Across Louisiana, Acadiana Style.